Good to see you, Poonam. Long time.
Hello, good evening.
You have left my group.
Yeah,
You have left my group. You have left my Magic of Transformation group.
I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. I'm saying you left my Magic of
Okay,
Transformation
okay.
group.
Okay, actually, what happening? If I'm not able to like attend the session, and then when I saw it later, there is some kind of a feeling of missing out. I missed this session. I missed this session. So I thought I will be like limiting few things and will give my 100% wherever I am. I will give because I'm joining lot of things and I'm not showing up.
It's okay. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that you just left the group. That's it.
Yeah. So actually, that was the thought going in my mind, and I was like in lot of process of healing, then getting the clarity. So all those things I was doing from last 2 3 months.
Brilliant. I will talk about wonderful topic today. Poonam, I would strongly recommend you that staying in my group is a gift for you because वहाँ पे ना कोई आलतू फालतू का मैसेज कोई डालता नहीं and people are
Yes.
very serious. So कुछ कुछ ऐसे चीज होते हैं which you might be missing out if you are not in that.
So actually, there are two groups. Like in this my life with life coach, here I am in the announcements.
Probably you are in the Tuesday group, right?
I am here in this my life with life
My
coach
life
Pinaki.
is my announcement group. That's a
Yeah.
core
So here,
community. It's a community. So probably
okay.
you are in one of my groups definitely. Maybe in Tuesday group or you are probably in the Tuesday group only.
Yes. In one group I am here,
Hmm.
and
Okay, we'll
in,
work it out. So let's have the session. And can you
yes,
cover the
yes,
camera for a minute? Let me just take a
yes,
screenshot before we start the session.
yes.
Quick, Lankita, quick. So here we go. Look at the camera and we'll count 1, 2, 3 together. 1, 2, 3. Super awesome. Okay. I'll talk about something which is how would I say? It's something which is very, very crucial in life. And this crucial thing is all about 4 letters. One is LEAD, the other one is DEAL. Do you see any connection between these two words?
No.
DEAL and LEAD.
Do they have the same alphabets or is that just
Same
trying?
alphabets, only L and D replaced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lead to deal.
Okay.
See, any business, any relationship, any goal setting is all about a journey from lead to deal, isn't it? Okay. Lead to deal. You got some leads, you work on those leads, and you close the deal. Everything that we do in our life is a transaction. Everything is a transaction. कुछ आप दे रहे हो, कुछ आप ले रहे हो. Even it could be transaction of feelings if you're not saying anything. If you're not uttering any word, this transaction of feelings. There has to be some transaction. There has to be some energy exchange. And in our life, all energy exchange take place through one thing which is called feeling. All the actions that you ultimately take is an outcome of your feeling. ठीक है. अगर कोई शक है तो अभी के लिए मान जाओ. For next half an hour के लिए मान जाओ कि चलो पिनाकी बोल रहे तो मान लेते हैं. At least for half an hour मान लेते हैं. ठीक है. So now when we are talking about feelings, when we are talking about actions, what we are incidentally talking about, that I want to achieve something, And to achieve that, I need a lead. And once I get that lead, I start working on that lead. I start focusing on that lead. I do whatever I want to do with that lead. Eventually, it has to turn into a deal. And if it turns into a deal, then it closes. Now, if you consider it as a simple business situation, क्या होता है? आपके पास एक client का lead है, एक prospect का lead है. As long as the lead is there, it is just a prospect. There's a possibility that this lead can be converted into a deal. Your objective is to convert it into a deal. Only then there's a possibility that it will be a profitable action for you. Okay, ऐसा ही होता है. Even when you're writing an exam, वही हो रहा है. आपके पास lead आ गया कि questions यही आने हैं. आपने preparation लिया, then you attend that examination. You find that questions, some of the questions are the ones which you already know, some which you don't know. In any case, all of them are leads for you. You start working on the leads, convert them into a deal, and as you convert them into a perfect deal, you get the perfect marks. Connection established? Okay. Now, what is the best way to ensure that the lead that you are working on is something that you should continue working on? Let me put it this way, that what is the best way to identify that when to leave that lead or close that into a deal which may not work for you, but you are very clear that let me close it. It didn't convert into a deal, it stayed as a lead only. What is the ideal time to get into that frame? Now let me give a secret. The secret is it should not be more than 72 hours. Whatever it is. Whether it's a business deal, whether it's a relationship deal, whatever kind of deal it is, whatever kind of interactions it is, if you have a lead, if you're working on it, it has to convert into a deal within 72 hours. Otherwise, chances are extremely low that will be converted into a deal. And the best way to handle it is to close the conversation with a question that are we closing this deal on this date? Are we closing this deal on this date?
Deal on this date.
मतलब आज का डेट मान के चलिए, if it is 20th today, so you are very clear that by 23rd, maybe at 8 o'clock, this has to be converted into a deal. Otherwise, we'll call it a close. Do you know what is the best thing that will happen to you? You will get more deals instead of hanging on some leads. The biggest challenge with leads is they find it very difficult to take a decision. क्योंकि क्या हुआ है, we are not taught how to take decisions. When we were a child, our parents took decision for us. When we got into the school, the teacher took decision for us. Teacher said ना, किताब को यहीं पे रखो, ऐसे रखो, open this page, open this chapter. तो आप वही कर रहे हो जो टीचर कह रहे हो. From teacher, when we left school, we got into college. वहां पे थोड़ा बहुत यही चल रहा है. या तो आप जो सीनियर्स है वो आपको जो करने के लिए बोल रहे हैं आप वही कर रहे हो. Then you are consulting your parents. My seniors is saying this thing. What should I do? So the parents are telling you what to do. So then you move into the workplace. Workplace में क्या है? अभी तक तो मैंने खुद डिसीजन लिया ही नहीं, other than studying and scoring marks. Now that is not the case when you are in workplace. So workplace, I also need somebody to direct me because I never learned how to do it. Somebody will say, okay, this is your KRA, follow this. Only then you are going to get your salary. So you get your salary for doing whatever your boss is telling you. That is why it is called JOB, job. Just obey boss. You get paid only when you just obey boss. Okay? तो वहां पे भी lead deal के काम होते हैं. For example, you find out some new concept and you really want to work on it. You talk to your seniors, but you come to a conclusion within 72 hours whether we are going to work on this further or not. So this is the reason that you need to push your clients or prospects into decision making. And the best way to do that is give them a 72 hours deadline. Because after 72 hours, they might forget almost everything about that conversation. You apply it in every area of your life. I'm suggesting to do it at least for next 7 days. You pick up certain areas, pick up certain people. Some people you really need to convince, some people you really need to close certain deals. Some deals are hanging. You put those things on a piece of paper. Actually, before going to bed, you just write down that these are the deals that I have to close, or these are leads that I have to close. Either it will convert into a deal or I will just close it. Tomorrow morning, you connect with them selectively, telling them that I want this to be closed by. So if today is Tuesday, you are calling them tomorrow morning, which is the Wednesday, you tell them by Friday, I want this to be closed. You know what will happen? I'm telling you, these are things that will happen. First thing is your productivity will go up. You ask me why? Because your distractions are over. Most of your distractions are over. You know that these people are going to take a decision or they may not going to take a decision. You are already prepared that if they take the decision, this is what I have to do. If they don't take the decision, then I need to look for new pastures, right? So you can start working on the new pastures right now instead of waiting for them to come up with a solution that whether they are going to come with you or not. You apply it everywhere. You select certain areas, you actually apply it and see what happens. It could be like certain work which you want to get done by your spouse. आप उसको 72 hours का टाइम दे बोलो फ्राइडे तक होगा कि नहीं आप खाली बता दो so that I know that whether do I need to think about it or do I need to manage it or not. And it always works wonders. All of a sudden, in a week's time, next Tuesday, when you are in this session, I'm telling you, you will be having at least 1 hour extra with you. आप करके देखो. Pending jobs with like say for example say laborers करके देख लो आप उनको खाली 72 hours का टाइम देके दो बोलो कि आई डोंट नो वेदर कमिंग टुमारो डे आफ्टर लेकिन इस टाइम तक मेरा ये काम हो जाना चाहिए आप कर पाओगे क्या नहीं मुझे अभी बता दो on top of that what you can also do you can tell them कि अगर परसों आपने मुझे इस बारे में नहीं बताया if you are not coming back to you on this coming back to me on this I will consider this as a closed chapter. So now the ball is in your court. See, initially you might find it very difficult. आपको लगेगी यार ये difficult है, ऐसा होगा नहीं, possible नहीं है. People have their own challenges and everything. You have all these stories. My suggestion is stay with those stories, but follow this principle. At least कुछ तो feedback मिलेगा. And based on those feedback, you can start working. You can ask your questions now. So we have some more people. Can everybody come on camera for 1 minute? Meanwhile, you start thinking about the questions that you would like to ask. Cool. Look at the camera and let's count 1, 2, 3 together. 1, 2. Good. So you can ask me any questions that you want to ask.
is it all what you said can be summarized that there should be management of in terms of time and in terms of priority? Yeah. So your lead deal could be just viewed in another manner, that if you manage your time and if you manage your priorities, then I think it works.
See, it's like you are giving the other person to manage his time and priority rather than
Yes.
you defining it for him.
Yes.
आपने उसको खाली एक ही definition दे दिया कि 72 hours.
Yeah.
That is the only definition that you are giving that person, that by 72, within 72 hours, this I want an answer.
Hmm.
That's it. So I will not be thinking about this. If I don't get an answer, I will consider this as no. And if we get an answer, it's a deal.
So it is more about getting the clarity,
Commitment.
commitment.
It's more about commitment. See, लोगों को ना लोग commitment करने से डरते हैं. Even after when you say this, they will, you know what most of them will say? They'll say, I will try.
Hmm. Right.
And let me tell you, when people say, I will try, they don't even know what they're going to do.
Right.
So you can say, ठीक है, आप try करो. You actually count 72 hours.
Hmm.
Okay, what actually I didn't get the context. Actually, what are we trying to achieve?
And see, Manish, you actually got in between. So what we are talking about is converting a lead into a deal in 72 hours. So you have a lead, you want to convert it into a deal or you want to close it, whether you want to work on this commitment or not. So to move to the next step, what you are supposed to do is you can ask your prospect that in 72 hours, I want an answer on this, that whether we should go ahead with this or we no. उसका फायदा हमें ये होगा कि हम उसको लेके ना, like we will be more free and we can use our time in focusing on more new prospects, identifying more areas where we can have a profitable business or profitable relationships.
No, but my thing is, why should not we create our own decision? Be a leader. Why to wait?
See, when we are in a conversation, the other person has to take a decision also, right? मैंने तो अपना डिसीजन ले लिया, मैं आपके साथ काम करने के लिए तैयार हूँ. आप तैयार हो कि नहीं, ये बताओ.
No, but my question is like, but how? Let's say his decision is not right for you. Whether he says yes or no, it doesn't make. It doesn't matter to me, right?
See, if it is something to do with closing that deal, then it matters to you. If it is not going to convert into a deal, then it's okay. I'll find new clients. I'll find new ideas.
Basically, setting deadlines, right? Setting deadlines for
Basically,
everything.
setting deadline in a smart way so that I don't waste my time on this beyond 72 hours.
Yeah, it is applicable for self also, right? Same thing, right?
Everywhere it is applicable for self, definitely. In fact, starting point could be self, because you have to be rigorous with yourself, that there are certain things which may be lying there for a long time and you just wanted to make sure that these things should be done. So
Yeah, I
you
was
take a
reading,
call on it, that
yeah,
whether I
I
should
was
do it in 72 hours or not. But the
actually,
challenge is that when you do it with yourself, you need an accountability partner. So that
yeah,
somebody
actually, sorry, actually, I was reading in some book. The author was saying that when we delay decisions, so basically then the fear become more powerful actually. So if you delay decision beyond a specific time, then we have less control on the decision, and our fear become more powerful.
quite likely.
Yeah. So we should take decision in a specified time.
Exactly. So the whole
Yeah.
objective is so that we don't waste our time, we don't waste our money, we don't waste our energy, we don't waste our attention. हमारे पास और भी चीजें हैं ध्यान देने के लिए.
It's just like the more failures you have, it means you have tried more harder, and you have more.
Maybe we didn't try at all.
No. What I'm trying to say is, it's not about not failing, because failing is also just like either you are gaining or you are learning, right?
Well, here we are not talking about failure, or we are not talking about passing. We are only talking about closing a deal, closing a lead. That I have a lead, I'm working on it. What is the possibility I can convert it into a deal? Now, should I wait for it for 7 days, for 15 days, for 3 months? That's a different thing altogether. But I want the next action to be done within 72 hours, so that I don't waste my time thinking about it, staying distracted about it. पता नहीं ये करेगा कि नहीं, हाँ बोलेगा कि नहीं. So the whole intention is that I want to save my time, my energy, my emotions, my health, my stress levels. I want them to be in my control. तो मैंने आपको डेडलाइन दे दिया कि आप मुझे इस डेट तक, इस टाइम तक मुझे बता दें, yes or no. I will not call you.
Can I put in a word what I think?
Yeah, please. Now we are in the discussion.
I think this lead and deal could work or may work at an individual level. But when we talk in terms of larger aspects, say an organization or some event happening in a larger sense, say national, for example, then I think individual thoughts and individual management has very little scope, because the other market forces, they could be commercial, they could be economic, they could be social, they could be political, they are so strong that my individual choice has little value. Or to put it another way, maybe those outside forces, I'll call them, they overpower me, and in one sense I become the victim, or I become the receiver, at least, if not the victim, of these forces.
Quite
So
likely.
lead and deal work very well at the personal level, or maybe a small thing like a team when you're working, but they don't work at the national level. They don't work at the state level or local level also, but in the larger sense. As this
Well,
is what I think. I don't know if I'm right. The others
okay.
are
So
more
let me put it this
experts. Please comment.
let me put it this way. So see, for example, if I know that this decision might go to 10 levels, for example. So now when I'm talking to this person, इससे मुझे खाली यही मैसेज लेना कि इसको लेकर हम आगे बढ़े या ना बढ़े. Now this person is also talking to his next higher authority. If they follow this step, this system, I'm talking about a system, that I want a clarity on this within 72 hours. तो वो अपने बॉस को, अपने बॉस को, अपने बॉस को बोले. 72 hours is a long time. It looks so small. It's not like that. It's a long time. इतना बड़ा डिसीजन हुआ पहलगाम के ऊपर, आपको क्या लगता है? It's a long time. And they took the decision almost within 72 hours actually. बाकी implement करने की बात अलग है. Probably they didn't even take 72 hours. But they took 72 hours to mobilize everything. Every level पे they connected. हमारा फ्लाइट्स रेडी है, हमारा एम्यूनिशन रेडी है, एयरपोर्ट्स रेडी है, पायलट्स रेडी है. Are the pilots healthy enough to fly?
Regarding this, I would like to say that our Prime Minister was then in Saudi Arabia, and he flew back immediately. And the
Exactly.
meeting, and see, time value was so strong that the meeting he had was at the airport. He didn't even go anywhere, because when it's a national defense, every second or fraction of a second also matters. And he wanted to, whatever he wanted to do, I have no right to comment, but he had a meeting at the airport, so he didn't want to waste even that much time. So time value can change the decision. It's time value.
Importance.
Time value
Importance.
change is the base which could even change priority.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. 72 hours is a huge window. It's a very long window. When a doctor is doing a surgery, वो बोलेगा कि 72 hours के अंदर मैं आपको बताता हूँ अभी सर्जरी करना है कि it's an accidental trauma case. They have to do it immediately. But even probably in that case, the time duration may be 2 hours or 3 hours. They have to arrange everything, whether the doctor is available. Doctor को पूछा जाता है, can you do the surgery? And he has to commit. He has to say yes. No, if he say no, I can't do it, then find an alternative. लेकिन वो अगर नो बोलने के लिए 2 घंटा लगा दे, तब तक तो इसका खत्म ही हो जाएगा जान. So I am talking about a lead to deal at a very macro level. It's a very macro level. At least the advantage is that you create a system कि मेरा system यही है. आपसे मेरी discussion हुई. For example, like I have two very powerful paid training programs. One is NLP in action. अभी तक मैंने उसको खास publicize नहीं किया. I have a very small team. 16-17 people are already into the session, and we are in the same training for last 6 months. World out doesn't know much about it. Only Shivani posted the certificate. That's why people are aware of it that I'm doing this training. Otherwise, लोगों को पता नहीं. The second program is Money Magnet Mastermind. I am creating a group of masterminds who will be focusing on money as a spiritual energy.
Oh, you'll
So,
have lots of people in that group.
so,
In a
so
materialistic world.
yeah, so people are not the very limited people are there because I haven't talked about it to many people. But जिसके साथ ही मैंने इस प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में बात किया about any of this program, मैंने उनको खाली यही बोला 72 hours आपके पास है डिसीजन लेने का. उसके बाद I will not talk about this program with you anymore. No discussion. I deal with 2 schools, 3,000 students are there. उनको सिखाया गया है 72 hours के अंदर तेरे को इसकी क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए. If any question comes on this topic, you should be scoring 10 out of 10. And you have only 72 hours. I really don't care whether you're intelligent or not. Students are helping each other. They can't even think that कि मेरा classmate को 10 में से 9 मिलेगा. Let me help that person. तब जाके रिजल्ट बना ना. All the students in class 8 to 12 they score more than 50% in every subject. मतलब सबसे कम मार्क्स किसी का जो भी आया है that is more than 50. These things cannot come from coachings or like teachings. Programming से आता है. So I'm talking about that. So everything is a lead to deal. I have a lead that on this topic, on this subject, I have to score 10. 10 score करने के मुझे इसको बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझना पड़ेगा. And I have 72 hours. If I manage to do that, it converted into a deal now. अब इसके ऊपर कोई भी सवाल आएगा, I can score 10. I'm talking about that commitment at that level. Right now, I'm talking at a very superficial level, by the way. ये बहुत superficial level पे है. आप समझ लो, it's like you are floating on Atlantic Ocean, just on the surface. It's very deep. Apply करके देखिए ना. Just do it for 1 week consciously on certain areas. I'm not even saying that in all areas of your life. Just pick up some areas of your life. Deal with others. Don't deal with yourself. नहीं तो पता ही नहीं चलेगा. अपने साथ डील करेंगे ना, आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा because there is no accountability partner for you. So when you start working on yourself, in this case, initially it is going to be difficult because you don't know. You can choose to not to be accountable to yourself. कोई डंडा लेके घूम ही नहीं रहा है मेरे पीछे. I have nothing to lose. मेरा मन किया आज मैं 3 घंटा सो लिया सुबह 8 बजे से 11 बजे. That's what I'm talking about. Pick up certain areas, not all areas, which are really important for you. Maybe certain things which are being delayed for a long time. You want to close those chapters. Select, find 8 to 10 of them where you need somebody else's interaction or somebody else's inputs. उसके साथ बात करो और उसको टाइम लिमिट देके दो। क्या ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा, जैसा का वैसा ही रह जाएगा, इससे बुरा तो नहीं होगा। इट वोंट गो बियॉन्ड दैट, वेयर एवर इट इज इट विल स्टे देयर, बट यू विल बी अवेयर कि ये इस बंदे का काम है नहीं, आई मस्ट चेंज दिस पर्सन इफ आई वांट टू गेट दिस थिंग डन। My invitation is for 1 week is just to catch yourself, being aware of what is going on, and you will have so much of clarity, you will be surprised. करके देखिए आप। बहुत बड़ा सोचने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, आप नहीं छोटे छोटे एक्टिविटीज के बारे में सोचिए, स्मॉल स्मॉल थिंग्स। Anything else? Any more questions?
No. Very thought provoking, but very intriguing also.
See, actually, in all my sessions, I invite people to be in action. So this is not a theory class or idea exchange sessions. This is all about कि अच्छा एक नया idea है, पिनाकी अगर कह रहा है, definitely वो कर रहा है. Because whatever I do, only that is what I share. I do not share anything which I don't do, or I do not share anything which I have never done, and I do not share about anything which I have not done at least for 3 months. So whatever I am sharing, आप मान लो ये मैंने कम से कम 3 महीने इसको मैंने प्रैक्टिस किया, ज्यादा ही किया है, बट अभी के लिए आप मान लो आई एम डूइंग इट से फ्रॉम फेब्रुवरी ऑनवर्ड, फेब्रुवरी मार्च अप्रैल या दिस मंथ ऑफ मे, तो मान लो फेब्रुवरी से मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, इतना तो मैंने किया है, मुझे रिजल्ट मिला है, मैं वही शेयर कर रहा हूँ, एंड आई एम इन्वाइटिंग टू डू इट ओनली फॉर 7 days. If you get results, continue. If you don't get result, रहने दो. But what do you see for yourself? I just want to have a quick feedback from each one. What do you actually see for yourself? अगर इसको आपने किया, क्या क्या पॉसिबल हो सकता है? 2-3 things.
I think first thing will be my clarity of mind. Second would be my immediate satisfaction that a yes or no will open up a window, or I can move ahead and open another window. So this possibility will give me more confidence. It will also help me be create an image of myself that a person, that here is a person who means business, here is a person who is serious about his or her work, and time lag is not the answer. That unless a decision is taken within a certain span of time, which I'll call as time 1, then at time 2 I can execute it or put it into action or analyze it and then go ahead. So this time frame would and confidence would be the answer, I think.
Yeah, beautifully summarized. Beautifully summarized. Good. Yeah. Poonam, Ankita.
Sir, I am, ma'am, Mangala ma'am covered almost everything. What I wanted to tell. Just I'm remembering one sentence of that film. एक बार मैंने अपने आप से कमिटमेंट कर दी, मैं किसी की नहीं सुनता. तो वो डायलॉग मुझे अपने बाप की भी नहीं सुनता, वैसा लग रहा है मुझे ये सेंटेंस सुन के. एंड यू एंड देयर इज नो वो मेंटल थॉट प्रोसेस जो होता है ना, दैट विल नॉट हैपन आफ्टर दिस, आफ्टर अप्लाइंग दिस. So once if I take a decision, even I cannot change it. So that will reduce lot of thoughts. So there is no looking back. So this one I'll definitely apply, sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely. आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इतना बढ़ जाएगा ना कि आपको लगेगा कि अगर मैंने बोल दिया ना, अभी होने वाला है.
And I will be more aware कि मुझे मैं सच में Usually when I take decision, I'm never aware, okay, after today this, chalo, tomorrow I can change it. But इस case में this we are not, वो discipline आ जाएगा sir at
Very
thinking
good.
level.
That confidence will, I think, take you forward.
Yes.
Chances are high.
And mental, and we develop, we all sorry, when we start thinking in this on this line of what Pinaki sir has said, I think we become mentally strong. And once a person is mentally strong, then you're able to face the world, you're able to take challenges, you're able to face issues, and then you know, a certain line of action becomes very clear, and I know where it can take me.
Quite likely. Quite likely. Yes, Poonam, what do you see for yourself? Come on, camera. Come on, camera.
Yeah. Actually, I'm getting a feeling of like by this we are valuing ourselves, like where we want to put our energy, time, efforts. If someone is not ready to commit, if they are not taking this seriously, so we can withdraw our self from there.
Say
So
in terms of I, me, myself instead of we.
yeah,
Say in terms of I, me, myself instead of we.
okay. More in sense of I.
फर्स्ट पर्सन, हाँ, अपने बारे में बोल. See, when you are sharing, it is all about you. हम क्या करते हैं ना, हम जब we यूज करते हैं, हम अपने से फोकस हटा लेते हैं.
Okay.
So use I. Particularly when you are sharing, जब आप ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हो तब आप we यूज करो, लेकिन जब आप शेयर कर रहे हो
Then I.
तब I यूज करो. Yes.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
So please say once again.
I'm valuing myself more and putting my energy, my time where the another person is valuing that. If it's not the case, I'm withdrawing myself from that.
So good. Did you notice the difference by saying it in I and
Yeah,
saying it in
it is more effective.
very, very good.
Yes.
ये स्टाइल आप हमेशा फॉलो करना. जब भी आप किसी ट्रेनिंग सेशन में, जब आप ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, तब वी यूज करना बहुत अच्छा है. देन यू कैन टेकिंग एवरीबॉडी इनटू द पुटिंग ऑन द सेम बोट, सेम शिप. लेकिन जब आप एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कर रहे हैं या आहा मोमेंट शेयर कर रहे हैं, टेक अवे शेयर कर रहे हैं, ऑलवेज शेयर इन फर्स्ट पर्सन विदाउट फेल. आपको फिर नजर आएगा कि आप ही की बात हो रही है, आप ही के बारे में बात हो रही है. यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings. You'll actually notice that. अब जहां से हमने सेशन स्टार्ट किया था, it's all about feelings.
Right.
Every action is followed by your feelings.
Feelings.
Thoughts, feelings, actions. यही प्रोसेस है. और थॉट को कंट्रोल करने के लिए हमें दिमाग को प्रोग्राम करना पड़ेगा. That is where NLP comes.
Right.
What kind of words I should use in my communication so that I can generate the thoughts that can generate the feelings and put it into action so that my results are good.
Results. Exactly.
Good. Thank you so much for this wonderful
Yes.
session. I'm happy we completed it by 8:45.
Yes, thank you.
Session
It was a
खत्म.
wonderful, very fruitful, enlightening session, sir. You keep us energized, I think, throughout the week. Thank you.
मेरा तो सजेशन ये है कि आप खाली इसको प्रैक्टिस करें. Once you practice it, it becomes yours. Then you can go and tell anybody कि यार तू इसको करके देख.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.